everybody, this is Boog S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats Gamestop exclusive Shadow Stormtrooper figure. So before we take a look at the Shadow Stormtrooper, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the standard Stormtrooper blaster. We've seen this used many times before. The only paint detail on is some silver right there, and everything else is cast in black. And he's meant to hold it in his right hand. As you can see, he does have a trigger finger, but he holds it just a little loosely. But if you get him holding it in both hands, then he can hold it just fine. That looks pretty cool. He also has a holster that you can put this in, and you just slide it in like so, and it stays in there very tightly. You can shake it and it won't come out. So up next comes with this sniper rifle, and I'm pretty sure this was used before. I think it was used on the Battlefront Shock Trooper, maybe. I know it's definitely been used before, but it's cast in black and has gunmetal painted over top of it, a dry brush it looks like, and it looks really nice. It brings out a lot of the details. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. And oops, can't hold it that way. He can hold this very well. As you can see, the finger goes through the trigger and it's not loose like the blaster was. So I really like that. And of course, you can have him holding it in both hands. You can have him holding it like that. And you can have him holding it like that. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt. So I'm pretty sure this just uses standard parts from the normal Stormtrooper figures. But this time it's painted a little differently. And the paint apps on this thing, they're amazing. They look really, really good. It's got like a silver color to it. It's got a shimmery black that kind of fades into that silver and a little bit of gunmetal right there. But it looks really nice. There's also some light blue painted to the eyes right there and to the sides of the helmet and on the mouth. The paint apps just really, really stand out on this guy. And I think the only things they're cast in solid plastic are the head and the torso. Because I'm pretty sure, and the feet. The rest is cast in a translucent blue color with a little bit of paint over it. On the torso, you get that shimmery gunmetal color. And on the shoulder pads, you get that shimmery black with some light blue trim to it. And right here is where you can really see that translucent blue plastic. You can see all the parts in there. And there is just a little bit of that gunmetal color painted to the inside of the arm. And this is also cast in translucent blue. If you look, they painted that joint right there. But it stops right there and you can see the blue showing through. But this is cast in blue and has that silverish gunmetal color painted over top of it. You can see the blue fades into that color. Like I said, the color is just really well done on it because you get the translucent blue and then it fades down into that shimmery color. On the midsection right here, you get that translucent blue plastic with some light blue dry brush over top of it. And some, this is actually painted on, like it's actually painted on. And then you get some dry brushing right here. You get silver for the belt and the holster right there. And you get a little bit of texturing to it, I don't know. Yeah, it's picking it up. And on the legs, you get that. It's really dark. I don't know if you consider it gunmetal or black, because it's a certain way the light hits it. Right here, it almost looks black, but when the light hits it, it looks more like gunmetal. But anyways, you get that color that fades into that translucent blue with some blue painted on right here at the knee. And then it fades back into that translucent blue plastic. So I really like what Hasbro did with this. The color just really stands out, especially the pieces that are that translucent blue color. And most of this figure uses that translucent blue, just with some paint over top of it. But you can still tell that the blue is showing through, which is intentional, you know. My only complaint, really, is I wish that the pins on the arms would have used translucent blue for them instead of this solid blue color. I think the translucent would have looked really nice, but they didn't, and it really stands out. Which, with the blue paint on it, on the forearms right here, it doesn't look too bad, but I think it would have looked a lot better if they would have cast it in translucent blue. So now, let's go ahead and go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way, He can't really look down. His neck can really just shift forward a little bit. As you can see, it mainly just shifts. It really doesn't look down. If you try to get him to look down, that's about all it's going to look down because of the chest armor right there. So it can't really look down, but he can move his head side to side. And here is my second complaint. Now, this one is a lot more major than this. The shoulders can't move out at all because of these shoulder pads. I think they're glued on right here, which was a bad move. They should have glued it on. Let me see here. Yeah, it's glued on up here. I think they should have glued it on down here and made this a really, really soft piece. That way you could get the shoulder articulation moving all the way out. So, the way it is, you can't get any articulation out of the shoulders moving out, but you can get them moving up and down and moving in just a little bit. So, it would have been nice if they could have fixed that. Because the way it is, you really don't get any articulation out of the shoulders except for just moving in and up and down, you know. He has a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, swivel thoracic moves side to side and up and down. He has a ball jointed diaphragm that can move back just about all the way. It can move forward just about all the way. It can move side to side. He has ball jointed hips that can just about do a complete split. The armor doesn't hinder that at all. He can kick forward just a little bit. If you force it anymore, you're going to chew the plastic up. But if you move the thigh to the side and then up, you can get it moving out that far. You have double jointed knee. You have swiveled the ankle that can move down very, very far. Up very, very far. And an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So, first up, here he is next to Darth Vader. This is the 40th anniversary Darth Vader figure. Here he is next to the Rise of Skywalker Stormtrooper. This is the only other Stormtrooper I have. I feel like I don't have very many Stormtroopers at all, but now I have 2 in my collection. A whole 2 Stormtroopers. And finally, here he is next to another Star Wars gaming figure. Here he is next to the second sister. So overall, I'd highly recommend picking this up. It is a really good figure. The articulation definitely does have its drawbacks, but I still love this figure. And if it's any indication, hopefully we'll get some more The Force Unleashed characters, because this is a Stormtrooper from the Star Wars The Force Unleashed game. We really need Starkiller and Juno Eclipse and Proxy. Who else is there? The Sith Stalker armor version of Starkiller. There's a lot of figures that Hasbro could do that I really hope they do. But yeah, I'd still highly recommend picking this up. It is really nice. Especially the paint apps. The paint apps on this thing are killer. They definitely stand out. So, that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.